center stage with me today. The individuals that are taking center stage with me today are the CEOs of their very own business, and I'm really excited to have them with me. Um, so, Ashley, if you would so kindly as to bring my guests in, I'm super excited to have the lineup. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Take Center Stage. My first guest, I'm just going to kind of introduce. This is our very first time, so I'm really excited to have a whole lineup with me as opposed to doing one at a time. So let's get used to this format because I think that is going to be really entertaining. And another thing that's new is that you could see my guests. Prior to, you've always just been able to see me, and I'm excited about that. Many of you have asked for our guests to be viewable, and so I took your request in, and I made it possible for us to all be on and for you to see us. So for those of you who are coming to the platform for the very first time, TCS Consulting is a leadership and executive leadership consulting firm. We work with individuals on finding their pathway to their passion, either through volunteer work or finding the right career. We work with career professionals on career development opportunities, strategies. We work with entrepreneurs on business strategies and business expansion opportunities. We do a lot of workshops. We do one-on-one coaching. And we really work with our clients to come up with strategies that they can do every single day to reach the biggest goal that they've ever wanted to achieve in their life, their career, or their business. Taking center stage with me first is Tajula Battle Lockhart. She is the CEO of Taj Consulting Events. Her team, she has a team of consultants in the hospitality industry that sets and achieves high goals and high standards. Above all, their company provides high quality training that offers industry recognized certifications and competencies that will set clients apart from their competitors. Their clients will build strong resumes that result in high quality long-term employment, promotions. You kind of do exactly what I do, Taj. Great minds think alike. You got to help these people expand and grow and tap into and unleash their unlimited potential. They perform at a high quality and strategic consulting services through creating solutions that create profit and drives results for nonprofits, upcoming authors, co-authors, and entrepreneurs. Welcome to Take Center Stage with me. This is my girl, Taj. I'm so excited to have you. Taj, share with us. You just got finished releasing a collaborative body of work. Could you talk to us a little bit more? I know I've read a little bit about what you and your team do, but kind of share, give that some authenticity and expand on that a little bit.
Yeah. So the first part of what you was reading was post COVID, before COVID. And like every business owner, most business owners had to pivot during COVID. So as a result of that, I have had an opportunity to tap into my other world of nonprofit. So God had put it in my spirit to create this compilation of nonprofit executives because they're normally in the village doing the work, right? They're
Right.
out on platforms like this or being seen because they're out actually doing the work.
Right.
I wanted to interview certain people, just not anybody, just specific nonprofit executives that were really doing the real work and they had a serious story and the energy that would connect with readers. So I pulled these beautiful and interviewed these beautiful ladies. They just so happened to be ladies that wasn't part of the plan, but you know how
Right. Listen, things evolve though,
yeah.
you have one vision, but as you start building that vision and putting it into reality, things evolve. And the biggest thing that this pandemic has shown us, right, Taj, is you have to be flexible, right? And you have to evolve as things are evolving. So
and you have to not only flexible, but you have to be willing to be still and listen in that move strategically. because everybody just want to jump into things. I process, it doesn't make sense. But this particular gift was given to me by God, so I had to be obedient.
Mm.
And the timing was so perfect. Right now is the time of nonprofits really having to come out to really support people
Right.
that has never needed support before. So now you get to actually hear their stories and journeys of why and how they started this thing. And most of us started, because I'm a nonprofit executive as well, start with our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
The whole goal of this book was to hear their heart, but understand that you eventually got to balance your heart work and your head work. Because
Right. Right.
if you stay in there with your heart, you'll become broke.
Yes, you will. And I teach, and that's exactly what my messaging has been to my clients is this is great that you have this idea, but where's the money coming in to support it? And then also, because especially if nonprofits really have a heart to serve. Yes. And so you really have to be mindful of where are the resources going to come in, because you can't serve if you don't have any money. Exactly. Right. So you have to give them the title of the book.
The nonprofit. It's called The Nonprofit Legacy, because I think that we, as a community, especially African American community, don't talk about legacy enough. But I don't think we, as a nonprofit sector, talk about legacy enough. So I wanted these young ladies, to share their stories, because everybody think about legacy as money most times.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted your story is your legacy.
Yes.
So I want people to be able to read these stories, learn from them, get tools from the process, and create sustainable nonprofits from understanding everybody's struggle. So you have young ladies in the book that's just at the beginning stages. You have people in the middle stages, and we have a 25-year person that's been doing it for 25 years. So you can understand all aspects of the journey and different causes and what it takes to be able to run a sustainable nonprofit.
Right. And that's, I really like that you didn't count it robbery to bring in a novice, right? You didn't count it robbery because we've gotten in some coaching sessions, we got into a place where we want to just profile one individual that we're going to serve. But that's not the case. I remember when I first started transitioning into coaching, I had a few coaches tell me, well, you got to, pin down your target. And I'm so glad that I just do not cooperate sometimes because when I started to try to shift to all women, the men got upset. They were like, excuse me, but Marisa, you really motivate us. You really speak to us. And so you can't do that because you don't know. You can't do it in such a way that you cut them off, because the novice needs to hear other novice, because they need to know that whatever they're facing, they're not alone. And then they also need to hear the wealth of wisdom, right? That comes from the 27-year to 30-year veteran, right? And so you need to hear all of that, because that's going to help us get a balance of, the trials and tribulations that you go through, lessons learned, words of wisdom. So it really helps. Now, I also wanted to hear, I know that you had the pandemic, but where did the real root of, this vision come from?
It started all with me, myself personally. I grew up in the projects, and my mom was a single mom. I never knew my dad, and so that birthed my own nonprofit. So in order for you to really understand any journey, if you haven't walked it yourself, it's hard for you to birth something like this. And I knew what I wanted and needed in the beginning of my process that I didn't have. So I wanted to utilize these beautiful women that said yes. And their stories were so, going through the interview process, their stories was like, the energy I was feeling. I
yes. Yes.
And I've been saying it a lot that they're the piece to somebody else's puzzle. That puzzle of life, whatever it is. That's why I wanted a variety of people. Like you said, I want to break the rules,
Yeah.
Out of all these 14 ladies, something is going to resonate with someone.
Yes.
Somebody's waiting on that one piece that they need to really push them out there or finish
Yes.
and complete the process the right way. So
Yes.
that's why I think it was so important. And I just wanted to make sure that we don't continue to be buried in the village.
Right.
That's where all the work is. It's in the
Yes.
village. There's
Yes,
no
it is.
there's no light shining in the village. So
Mm-mm.
I wanted to bring them out of the village and let the light shine on them for a moment, because we don't know. With COVID, tomorrow's not promised. And their story has so much value.
Yes.
I wanted the world to really hear it, and
Yes.
see it, and be able to walk around with it continuously, even after they're gone. That's why there's the butterfly. The butterfly is a representation of my mom, because that's how she comes back.
Oh.
But the butterfly is going to be a representation of all these beautiful women as well. Once life stops,
Yes.
continue to go on, and that's why there's just a shadow, because they're always going to be with us no matter what.
Right. Absolutely.
They're continuing to pour into their community in such a positive way. And the
Yes.
beauty of this book too is I did something that's never been done before. All the organizations are in a directory in the back of the book. In addition,
Nice.
and
Nice.
And in addition to that, there's a business directory of business owners that support nonprofits as well.
Wow.
So once you read the story and you're like, "Ooh, I need help with that," that's the thing you can go in the back and
That the book.
Yes.
It's so, Taj, let me tell you, I am actually working with one of our contributing writers for the Own It magazine. And we are doing just that. We're taking all of you guys that have been featured, and you'll always be in the back of the Own It magazine. That's a part of. See, look at that, great minds. I told you, girl. We never even talked about this.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We never even spoke about this. But in the background, that's exactly what I'm working with my team to do, is to create a directory, because I'm from the old school. Remember how we had the yellow pages and you could just go to, it is so simple. Now, when you go on to Google to try to find something, you go into the abyss. Some of the stuff is not accurate. It's not. So my team and I were just like, okay, we need to compile this in the back of the book of every person, every organization that has ever been, business that has ever been, featured in a magazine, to create a directory that they're always in, so that they stay, so that you can go to the back of the thing and just get the information. And that's so critical. And what a blessing to the companies that would otherwise not have been known to do CSR work, because CSR work is called corporate social responsibility. Is their give back. So when companies give back to nonprofit organizations, it's nice for us to know so that we can patronize them. If there's an organization that we feel that needed help and we're thankful for that, we can patronize those companies in some kind of way or give them some kind of a shout out. So that's awesome. So
that's why it was so important to me to interview individual people, because I just didn't want it to be any nonprofit executive, because I wanted quality. I wanted substance.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I just didn't want them to read and then they get all excited. But then what do I do now?
Right.
Now they can connect and collaborate possibly.
And that's exactly.
Connect and get support from the business owners.
Yes. And that's so big about projects like this, is don't just do the project and then just go on your merry ways. Stay connected, create a village, create a network that you can go to, that's what these experiences should be doing. They shouldn't be, well, I was featured in that and then you leave it. No, and when I do the interviews for the Own It magazine, I express that this is not just about you being featured. It's about staying connected, because that's the way that people recognize, recognize the partnership. That's how you stay connected to the people that are on my platform. They begin to recognize you. Relationships are built. I mean, there's so much more than just giving into a project and then leaving it, because I don't think that that's fruitful. I think that it's fruitful when we have lasting relationships, lasting relationships. So Taj, I really want you to post how they can get connected with you. So in the main comments, please put all your social media, connections, and how we can purchase the book and how we can stay connected to you and all that you're doing. And so, okay. I just want to make sure I got all your stuff answered. Okay. All right. So the one last thing I wanted to ask you was, what are the tools that you can share without giving away the book?
This is one of the biggest one. The quotes. We walked away with a lot of quotes out of the.
Oh, nice.
Is that you? I learned myself that I can't do big by myself.
No, you can't.
So that's one big thing, and this is my quote. Each one has a quote, so that's more to come to this process, because I always told them this was bigger than the book. And that you those that start with you will not end with you. You know, and people always ask you that, and always say, "Oh, I want to help. How can I help?" And when they come, they see what's required, and they can't out. And they're out. They leave you hanging. So stay encouraged. Stay encouraged, and you're gonna read that in the book. How they continue to stay encouraged. There's one piece of it from one of the authors is the decision to, is it time to walk away? Yeah. So it's some good stuff in there.
No, so and you said something that was very critical too, and for people to really understand and to not hold people captive. People are in your life for a reason and a season. Understand that. I do a whole workshop and I do a whole coaching program on get what you came for. So recognize that when people come in your life, make sure you get what you came for. Whatever they came into your life for, get it. Make sure that you are intentional and strategic on getting whatever it is, knowledge, resources, life lessons, whatever it is that you are meant to get from them. Don't count it robbery, because it's designed to build you for the next thing, for either the next level up or the next thing that's coming in your life. And so always be present about that. And that's one thing I've learned, that everybody's not, and don't get upset when people leave.
Yeah, because remember, it's your assignment, not theirs.
Yeah. And it's a season. Everything, just like the earth keeps turning and changing, the seasons keep changing. People are going to come into your life, and it's not that doesn't mean that they're meant to stay forever, and it's okay. So that was so good, Taj, and I need you to stay on, because the gentleman that I'm going to bring to you, the next two people that are coming up have a wealth of information, and I really want you guys to check out this invention this Ricky made. You gotta see it. You gotta see it. So thank you so much, Taj. I really appreciate you. Any last thing you want to say? I'm going to bring you back on, but anything you want to say before we go out now?
Just stay inspired, stay encouraged. Don't let COVID take the best of you.
Yes.
There's more to you. I'm an example of that, and there's several other people out there. So stay focused on what's ahead, not what's behind you.
Yes. Awesome. So we want Karen. Are you there, Karen? Taking center stage with me next up is Karen Slater Dixon. She is the CEO and founder of Journey Accounting and Tax Solutions. She is a business owner providing accounting, tax, and credit restoration services. Services offered include payroll, bank reconciliation, accounts payable, accounts receivable, deposits and banking, financial statements, financial protection, personal tax preparation, business tax preparation, and business startup services. Her question to you is, are you planning to start your own business? Have you already started one? And are you searching for ways to make it more profitable? Our consultants can analyze your business plan, income, and expenditures to search for ways to decrease your business's tax liability, which may increase your profitability. This is a complicated process that our tax consultants are uniquely qualified to guide you through. We have the bottom line in mind. Karen.
Hello.
How are you?
I am wonderful. Glad to be here this evening.
Yes. You know what? So many entrepreneurs kind of take this part of building their business for granted. And this is a critical part of their business, is to really put their money in order. And so share with us about what your team does a little bit, and how our audience can connect with you.
Okay. All right. Let's say with Journey Accounting and Tax Solutions, one thing that we do is we like to come in at the beginning. Of course, most people contact us after they've kind of gotten started, and like we're here in November, so they've been operating this business from January to November, and it's like, what do I do? Well, of course, we've had 10 months to go by. So with us, what we like to do is kind of come in at the beginning of the business startup phase, so we can recommend different avenues. Because when I started my business actually 3 years ago, I kind of did things, kind of a little bit backwards here and there, but I've kind of gone through some trial and error, and I'm like, okay, this is what you should actually do first. And so I kind of guide my clients to say, okay, let's make sure that we keep all of those receipts. Let's make sure that we keep our expenditures separate from our personal. So then that way, at the end of the year, when it's time for me and my team to do your taxes, we're not having to go through all of those different transactions to try to decide, okay, what was business, what was personal, because we do need to keep those items separate. Right. Mm-hmm. So we're able to go in and kind of give you ideas of like apps, what kind of apps you can actually use, especially if you're one that actually do a lot of traveling. So you're moving from point A to point B, how to keep up with those mileage without having to actually use that old pen and paper, and having to, remember to write those things down, where there are apps out there where you can just put that app on and you can just go. And then later on, when you've kind of settled down for the evening, you can actually sit down, and it's just a matter of swiping left, swiping right. Mm-hmm. So that's simple. That's not like trying to think, okay, where did I go? Did I go to Hobby Lobby? Did I go here? Did I go there? This app will keep up with that for you. So we're here to make life simple, easy.
Right. Karen, can you put the link for that app or the information for that app in the comments so that people can actually have that information?
Yes, I can.
Right. That's awesome. If you could do that, that would be great. And so, I'm going to ask you, we're going to switch gears up on here. I see you're allowing me to go into your own world. And so when we think about doing business and we think about how busy we are and how life is pulling us, if you're, when you're thinking about this thing, how do you, when you're like a sole proprietor, how do you recommend that they set up their taxes? Do they do it as a 99, or how would you recommend, if they're a sole proprietor, how would you recommend they file? Okay. Do they file head of house or?
Well, no. Well, if they're sole proprietor, what they're actually going to do, I would recommend when they're setting their business up, is actually just set it up as an LLC. Mm-hmm. That is kind of a limited liability company. So that way it protects them. It separates their personal from their business avenue. When they're first starting out too, a lot of people may decide, okay, I want to be an S Corp or C Corp. If they're moving into that area, that's going to require them to be put on payroll. So I say, let's keep it simple, because you're just starting out. You don't know how much revenue you're going to generate. Right. So if you're set up as an LLC, you don't have to worry about going on payroll, which is going to open up another whole avenue of more taxes, more, reporting that you actually have to do. So let's keep it simple until you've had a year and you really know how much revenue you're going to bring in. So if they're set up as an LLC, they're basically going to file just as a Schedule C. So they still can do, kind of like with the head of household, if they're not married and they actually have a dependent. So there are a lot of key factors that come into play when they're actually saying they're going to file those taxes. But definitely they will file a Schedule C.
Okay, Schedule C. And then also I wanted to ask you, because I know that this is a question that many entrepreneurs probably have that they don't ask, is should they be filing just annually, or are they doing quarterly reporting?
Well, it kind of depends on what business they're in. So if they're starting out, so let's just say they're just doing some consulting work or something like that. They're not going to really be probably generating enough to say, okay, I need to file quarterly. But what I do tell them to do is, if you're making money, whatever you make, try to set aside at least 25 to 30% of what you make for taxes, because otherwise you're going to end up at the end of the year, kind of like, oh my gosh, why do I have to pay these taxes? Because you do have to pay, self-employment taxes. So it really just depends, because someone who actually have a dependent, so now they're possibly getting some earned income credit or some child tax credit, they may, fare out pretty well. Whereas a single person with no dependents, well, you're kind of in the high tax bracket anyway. And so without those write-offs, then it's going to possibly make you end up at the end of the year owing taxes. So I say definitely put aside some 25% to 30% of what you make. So at the end of the year, it's like, okay, if you owe that $3,000, you're not like, oh my gosh, what's going on? You have something saved up.
Yeah. So I think that's a question that most startup entrepreneurs don't ask. And so, I know you're in Georgia,
right.
But any advice, in regards to, because every state is different, right? So are there anything that you can suggest that, entrepreneurs be on the lookout as far as taxes are concerned? As far as reporting is concerned with their taxes, like some states have you, they have a fee for you if if you own your own business. So do you have any insight into that?
Right. And like you say, each state is different, like here in Georgia, one thing we're going to look at is, contacting the Secretary of State. So, you have those license, especially if you want to be recognized. I would say if someone is out there Googling you or checking, they can say, okay, you're a legitimate business. So you're going to have those fees. And then here it's based on where you live, because whether you live in the city or the county, you may have to get a business license from either that city or that county. And then also it depends on if you're in the sales industry. So if you're in the sales industry, so you're selling and you're collecting sales tax, then you have to contact that, the Georgia's Department of Revenue, because then they may actually set you up when you ask for that sales number. They may say you need to, remit that sales tax money to them either monthly or quarterly. So when you apply for it, they will kind of tell you how often you need to remit that sales tax to them. So definitely, if you're collecting sales tax, you got to be ready to, report that sales tax when on that schedule they set you on.
Right.
Because you definitely don't want to end up with a penalty or some interest, some fine for not reporting in a timely manner. So it really just depends on the industry that you're in.
Right. And that would be primarily, which is clearly directly with merchandising.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Correct. That's right.
All right. If you do not have any credit, how can you go about establishing credit history?
Okay, awesome. Well, that is also an area that I've added on to my accounting and tax business, because I'm one to always tell people I'm a follower of Dr. Lynn Richardson. And so she has a saying about if you don't have a home-based business, you're basically leaving money on the table. So I'm all about diversification. So with that credit restoration piece, I've actually partnered with a company called FES, which is Financial Education Services. And so we basically have about 12 services that we provide to our clients. And one of them is actually, establishing credit, because you may be a 19, 20, 21-year-old and you don't have credit. So one of those ways is we kind of advise them, get a secure credit card, because that is definitely one way to help them establish credit. Also, we have another one with Credit My Rent, because, okay, they don't have, rent history. They don't have, that's not being reported to the credit reporting agencies. So you can actually take up to 2 years of rent history and report that, so that it is actually appearing on your credit report, which is definitely a great avenue. I've just recently partnered with another bank that actually has a kind of like what I'm trying to think of, like a secured credit card. And so that's one of the things we're talking about, especially with mortgages, people wanting to buy homes and they don't have the credit. So this is one way to get them on that path, especially now that the interest rates are so low. The market is full with houses. So we're trying to get these people like, let's get this credit history so you can qualify for a home. So we work with clients to actually get them to that point where they can qualify for a mortgage.
That's very good. The rent credit is excellent. Yes. Now you have a question here. It says, since I'm freelancing, when you really don't have a legitimate business, you're just doing some freelance work. None of my taxes are being withheld from my paycheck. So what do I do?
Okay. And so that's where it comes back to where I say, put back the 25 to 30% of that freelance money that you're actually taking in. So you can actually pay those taxes when it's time to do your taxes, because you're going to have it. So like I say, if it comes up to say that freelance money that you've actually made that you owe $5,000, well, you've saved up the money, so you're ready to pay that tax bill right at the time of filing, because if you don't pay it, then you're going to end up with some penalties and interest, and we definitely don't want to do that.
No. It's always better to err on the side of caution than to find yourself in that situation. So
right.
Exactly. That's so critical. And another thing I noticed with working with entrepreneurs is the fact that they don't think that they need an accountant. How do you know when you need an accountant, and what should you look for?
Okay. Well, it really kind of depends on kind of the business that you're in and the complexity of it. I always have people that kind of come and they're starting out. So let's just say they're doing a crafting business. So they may not necessarily have a lot of transaction things going on because they're just starting out. So I offer probably like a 30-minute consult service to them, just to kind of tell them, like I said, with what apps to use, what to keep up with, and then offer them maybe 6 months into it. If we're talking at the beginning of the year, 6 months in, I offer and say, okay, let's just circle back around, let's get together and let's kind of see how you're doing on things. Whereas if you're going to have let's say a brick and mortar, you're going to have let's say a dentist office, you're going to have a lot more. It's going to be really complex in that, because you're going to have equipment, merchandise. So we need to think about, we got to keep up with all of that merchandise. We got to keep up with that equipment, because now we're talking about depreciation. We got to do depreciation schedules, and it's just that's complex. So when you get to that area where you're going to actually have equipment and you're talking about depreciation, you want to get an accountant on board, just to make sure, because you also want to just make sure you're getting the best. You're getting all of your deductions, your depreciation. You're keeping up with that, because you definitely that's an expenditure thing that you can write off on your taxes. Mm-hmm. So you need that information. You could be leaving $10,000 or $15,000 deduction just go out the window. So It really it depends on that business. So if it's kind of a startup, home-based business, maybe just a quick consult is good. But when you're moving to a brick and mortar type business, yes, you need an accountant to help you, because you're also going to be having staff. So you're going to need payroll. Payroll taxes have to be filed. You may have unemployment taxes that actually have to be filed as well. So that's complex right there.
Mm-hmm. And I would say that anyone starting their own business needs to take some kind of webinar or some kind of seminar, or have an assessment, so that they understand, how to set up their business, and just like you said, what to look for. What are you looking for? What receipts do you need to hold on to? in order for you to make your deductions later on. And so I think that that's critical at the beginning.
Yes.
Even though it's not necessarily complex, you have so many individuals starting up businesses that do have a merchandising line. So they may be a public speaker, paid public speaker, but now they have their books. Now they have their mugs that go along with the book, and all of these different, their t-shirts, like t-shirt, you have all of these things that are now becoming merchandising. I feel like that, sometimes we discount too early that it's just a hobby, but no, you need to, because before you know it, if business takes off, it takes off, and now you got to play catch up. So I think that it's very critical for entrepreneurs at the start to be wise on the financial side. So for me, with my clients, I kind of work with them on their processes, their systems, their programs, their services to identify exactly how you're going to make this money. So on the financial management side, they need an accountant that's going to tell them before they get to this point how they're going to manage the making of this money. Once it starts coming in, where are you putting this? How are you tracking your money? Just like you said, that the app is going to help you to track what goes where and how, what's personal, what's your business. I know my accountant said to me immediately, you set up a business account. You keep it separate. You keep it separate. So that there is no, there is no gray area. Exactly what's coming in on that side, and what's coming in on, what's coming in on your personal side. So with you, I highly recommend that, even if you haven't started your business and you're considering a business, cross your T's and dot your I's, do the investigative, the research work ahead of time. And so, Karen, would you do us a huge service of putting your contact information in the main comments section so that all the viewers are able to, because remember, this is going to be on Facebook. It's going to be on the Facebook page. That's the Own It magazine page. And it's also going to be on YouTube Live. So it's on YouTube as well. So anyone that ever sees it has an opportunity to connect with you directly and to ask these very questions one-on-one. And I want to say to the audience, it's critical for you to ask these questions and don't count it robbery. I know for me, you always feel, I've been in those situations where you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you ask the question, you're like, you should know that already. If you don't ask the question, you're told you should have asked the question. The safest thing for you to do is, even though it's a challenge, just ask the questions, get in contact, take the, get to an accountant that contact Karen, who just gave you a wealth of basic information across the board, getting your credit in line, not only just for business, but also for personal, for your personal opportunities, especially during this time, because interest rates, as she mentioned, are low. So this is the time that you want to make sure that you've gotten those things in order, so that you could take full advantage. So you want to connect with someone that professionals that have a sound background, that have the expertise that you need and can answer the wealth of questions that you're going to have. And don't count a robber to just say, I don't even know what questions to ask. Just reach out. So thank you so much, Karen. I really appreciate
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited. The old magazine for November will be out to you tomorrow.
All right. Awesome.
Time. And what is it? Like 5 months that it's been up.
Yeah.
It'll be on the next day. But it was my birthday Thursday. So I really I have to learn how to not be the workaholic I am and relax. So I kind of did that over my daughter's house for a few days. And unfortunately, that meant I was away from my computer. Good thing. Sometimes that's a good thing. So I'm looking forward. Karen Slater is she is Journey Accounting Tax Solutions. And she is featured in the November issue of the Own It magazine, and we're super excited to have her featured and to be able to partner with Karen. And so we really we thank you so much for taking time.
Thank you.
And we're looking forward to having you back.
Yes.
Yeah, we're looking forward to having you back again. Maybe we can even have you do, some kind of presentation on taxes, like the taxes 101 for the entrepreneur, because we know that even though we suggest that they contact you, we know sometimes they're not going to do that, right?
Yeah, right. Yes.
We're going to meet you where you are, so we won't count it robbery to have you back, Karen, to kind of do a starting up your business 101 in taxes.
Okay, all right, that would be awesome. I would definitely appreciate that, and thank you again, and happy belated birthday to you.
Thank you. So stay tuned, because we have Ricky up. And I'm excited about having him take center stage with me and owning it. And I know that our guests are going to really, really love this treat. I'm just going to read a little something, Ricky, and then we're going to go right into our interview. So the National Candle Association estimates that candles are used in 7 out of 10 households. In 2011 to 2015, U.S. fire departments responded to an average of 8,690 home structure fires started by candles per year. These fires caused an annual average of 82 civilian fire deaths, 800 civilian fire injuries, and 295 million in direct property damage. Overall, candles caused 2% of the reported home fires, 3% of the home fire deaths, 7% of the home fire injuries, and 4% of the direct property damage in reported homes during this period. On average, 24 candle fires were reported per day. Candle fires are more common around the winter holidays. Candle fires peaked in December, 11%, and January and November ranked second. Each with 10% of the home candle fires. The top 3 days for home candle fires were Christmas, New Year's, and New Year's Eve. Wow. That is, and let me tell you something. I won't even lie. I have been one to walk out, and thank God, they're in a candle like you have on here that have a neck long enough that nothing happened or nothing fell into them. And so I want to read a little background about the CEO, Rick Simpson. CEO, is it Razad International. The Razad automatic programmable candle extinguisher is an extremely innovative product with built-in Bluetooth and ambiance light that cycle slowly through 6 different colors. Many people burn candles for many reasons, and every one of these people had at one time or another forgotten to extinguish their candles when they have fallen asleep. I attest to that. And so, Ricky, I heard the statistics, right?
Yes.
But you're fine. You're a dude, right? So women are the ones trying to burn the candles and make the house smell good. What inspired you to come up with this? Where did it come from for you?
God gave me the vision to do it, and I had to do the work. So once He gave me the vision to do it, I didn't know where to go, what to do, who to turn to. And at that time, I was a barber. I'm a master barber as well.
Wow. Wow. No one would have connected those two.
Yes. But then I ended up, a barber of mine ended up introducing me to one of his clients. And his client ended up becoming my mentor. His name is Kerry Harris. So he took me up under his wing and showed me the ropes and was guiding me. And to me, I think, and everybody come down this road right here, you need a mentor.
Yes.
You need one, because sometimes things happen and you get ready to go crazy. You don't know why they're happening. You know, but somebody that been down that road can guide you a lot. You know.
Yes, yes. And so, you know, talk to, because you said it, because you're the inventor of this, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so this design, everything came from your idea. And so I want to talk to you about the challenges, because we had a chance to talk a little bit about some of the challenges that you had as an inventor. And for me, with the Take Center Stage platform, it's all about educating the audience, right? It's all about giving them some information that they would otherwise not have access to. And so I want you to share with you know, the you know, some of the challenges you had with patents, you know, share even some of the other things that you're doing, but the copyrights, any trademarks. What were some of the challenges that you faced in this process?
The challenges that I faced in this project was didn't know where all the pieces was to the puzzle. See, you had to sit here because it got blowers, timers, you know, you got so much involved in it that I didn't know how to put all the pieces together. But you know, you got to just you move, you know, you go here, they might have a piece, or you might go over here, they might not have a piece. But then once I got all the pieces together, I started messing with it myself, because the first one that I came out with, it was for pillar candles, and that one you had the key plugged up. Okay. You know, on that one right there is just you basically you got to keep moving. You know, I know it get hard sometimes. I mean, it gets real hard sometimes. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say that it don't. It'd be many times that you want to quit. You know, and I was in a down. I was in a hole so long that, you know, it got real bad for me. You know, because things were just not moving the way that I wanted them to move. Wasn't moving as fast as I wanted them to move. You know, but when God hands on it, you know, it ain't on your time, it's on his time.
Right.
Like God told me, he said, I put you in a race. He never told me to come in first.
Right.
He just said finish the race. So I'm still in the race, you know. So this one right here, I got 2 patents, working on my 3rd patent.
Okay.
So this one right here is my 2nd one. My first one, I was on Great Day SA Morning Show. I had a commercial running on Ken's 5 News for a whole month. So now I'm coming back around the corner again. I mean, because a lot of people burn candles. I mean, it's like this, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
You have a candle burning in the bedroom, but then you end up having company come over, so y'all in the living room talking or chatting it up and talking. But you forgot about that candle that was burning in the bedroom.
Right.
So on this unit, on these units right here, you can set the timer up to 3 hours in 1 hour increments. Okay. And they'll extinguish your candle for you at your preset time.
Oh, awesome. Talk to us about the Bluetooth feature. Okay,
the Bluetooth features, you can sit here and play music from your phone through the wireless Bluetooth speakers of the unit. Okay. You can, once the candle get extinguished, the music can keep playing. So the only way the music stop playing is when you turn the music off.
Wow. Oh, that's really nice. Can you show us like how it extinguishes? Come on, show us what you got. Ashley, you can bring Ricky center stage. I'm out. You put me to the side. I want to see it.
Okay, all right, here is the timer. You got 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. Stop button right here. The ambiance button is right here. The ambiance is already going, so it's cycling through 6 different colors, or you can set the color to your preference. The Bluetooth, you can hit the Bluetooth. Let me do it on this one.
Result, Bluetooth mode.
So it lets you know the Bluetooth is on when you hit the button. Let me give you a demonstration of the music, and I give you a demonstration of how to extinguish the candle. So the halo come up over the candle, extinguish the candle, then it'll go back and lay back down. That you still looking at your candle 360 degrees. Don't make a difference what part of the house that you look in at the candle. There's no blockage. Everything is right there that you can see 360 degrees. So it extinguish your candle, go back and lay back down. So you're still looking at your candle.
Wow. Oh, and I love how the colors change.
Yes, or you can set it. You can set it to whatever color you like, or you could just set it. You wanted the blue, yeah, stay blue.
Wow.
And I have my own line of candles as well.
Yeah,
We
I
have
saw that.
scented candles, and the reside of my unit and candle, it came from my 4 kids. I
Oh,
have 4 kids, and I took each initial from each child, from the oldest to the youngest, in that order.
oh,
So my first child is Ricky. Then I have Zakila, Annette, and Devin. My kids are reside.
reside. Oh, that's so beautiful. So that's so beautiful. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. And so, listen, where can share with the audience where they, because it's Christmas time, right? We
Yes.
moving right into the holiday season. You got Thanksgiving coming up, and then we're going right into the holiday season. So, share with the audience how they can connect with you. They can follow you. You and I met. I think we were friends on. I didn't realize we were friends on Facebook.
Facebook.
But did we first start on Facebook, or did
I think we started on
Instagram?
Yes, we started on Instagram first.
All right, and let me tell you, so this will tell you how you have to know the timing of God, because Ricky used to message me in regards to the candles. This was years, right?
Yeah.
It has been years of him messaging me and me just being busy. It's just me just being busy, doing, setting up my own business, writing a lot of books, because I'm pretty sure by the time when we first met, I probably didn't have all the books I've written since then, but just being busy. And when I decided I was going to take the Own It magazine from just being a issue for my conference and taking it to a monthly issue, by which I can, it gives entrepreneurs like yourself, CEOs like yourself, the opportunity to be present on a regular basis in front of a specific audience. I immediately thought of you. I was like, this is so beautiful. I immediately thought of you. And Ricky, you can best believe you will be in the magazine 24/7 without, no holdback, because it's a beautiful product. It also is a safety product. It's a product that really cares about the user to make sure that they're safe. And you have some people who are just absent-minded. Like for me, it was just like, I love candles and I'm constantly burning them. And so for me, when I read here, I was like, yeah, I'm one of those people who have run out the door and forgotten them. Thank God it's only been one of those things where I've run to a store and came immediately back, not, putting it on and leaving for the day. But yeah, this is an amazing product. So share with the audience how they can connect with you. If you have any promos that you have coming up with the holiday season in hand, and share the full product line so that they understand that it's not just the extinguisher, it's also you have a candle line.
Yes, the Reside International, you can reach me at resideinternational.com. I have a website, or you can get a hold of me on Instagram, LinkedIn. We do ship. We have a good price coming out for Christmas. You know what I mean? You can get the candle and the extinguisher probably for $100 plus shipping. Mm-hmm. If you buy separately, anything after that, the unit is $125 and the candles are $24.99.
Oh, they're beautiful. I mean, they're beautiful. I mean, yeah.
They go to box. They go to box. Unit box.
Mm-hmm.
And it's patent. And I got one patent pending right now as we speak.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, and show us, if you can, show us the candles that I see, the white box there. Look, I'm all in there. And you see the white box, and see the blue box. Let's see them boxes. They're beautiful.
The boxes open up like clam shaped boxes.
Yeah, I see.
I have the my logo in the back of the box.
Mm-hmm.
If you can see.
Yes, let us see that. That and beautiful.
And all my candles are scented. The ones that in the blue frosted glass, they come in jasmine and they come in blueberry.
Ooh,
And the white frost come in cherry pineapple and cherry blossom.
ooh, ooh. See, look at that. That's nice for the holidays.
And here go the packaging. Everything packaged up.
Hmm.
So
Oh, very, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I can't wait because I'm getting mine.
I
I'm ordering mine, so I cannot wait.
appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So, but yeah, that is awesome. When I saw that, I was like, oh my God, this is so incredible, especially with the holiday seasons coming up. And for those of you in the Own It magazine, Ricky is being he is being featured in the November issue of the Own It magazine, and we're excited about that. And it's funny because when I do the features, I'm forever stalking people because, you know, I do the design work. So I got to go in and I got to look at your pictures. I got to see, I saw the commercials that you have, right? I saw several of the commercials. Who are those people? Are they people that you hired? And what's that whole process like getting to do commercials like that?
Some of them I did with my mom, and some of the people that I hired. Because I want elderly people to know too that they can come back to burning real candle, because a lot of people stop burning candle because there was not a safety device behind it. So God gave it to me. I took it to the next extreme so people can come on back home. They can come on back home and start burning real candles again. It's like, I understand because I have kids. I have a mother, I have kids as well. And I want my kids and everybody else's family to be safe as well while they burning real candles. Because, basically out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean? I had to give you something that you can have complete, full control of. So as long as you set the timer, you don't have to worry about it. Now, if you don't set the timer, then that's on you. But set the timer. Set the timer. Set the timer for 1 hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours. And go and enjoy your day. Enjoy the scent of your home. Enjoy the ambiance of the candle, and enjoy the music from your Bluetooth.
Your Bluetooth. So give us the fragrances again.
Okay, this one right here, in the dark blue frost, it comes in jasmine and blueberry, and the white frost come in cherry pineapple and cherry blossom.
Cherry pineapple. That sounds so good. Very good for the holidays. Cherry pineapple. Because you want the house to smell good. Like you do all the cooking, but you want the house to smell really good. And cherry is perfect for setting off the holiday season. So that is really, really good.
It's a good centerpiece for your table. You can just sit this in the middle of the table. You get the ambiance, you get the music, you get the smell.
I love
everybody in the family will enjoy it. It ain't like you got to have the candle here, the music here. Everything is in one unit.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. And I'm so proud of you, Ricky. I mean,
thank you very much.
I can't say that enough because, a lot of people have ideas, but, when challenges come, a lot of times people give up. When challenges come, they give up. And this is a big feat. What you did was a big, huge feat for you to come up with an idea and actually, it has to be impressive to you for you to see it, right?
Yeah, it is. It took a long time, and sometimes you look at more of the struggle than the success of you moving forward. Because you've been doing it for so long, and because I'm trying to leave my kids and my grandkids. I'm trying to leave a legacy, So God got to send that one person through the sticker bushes and the thorns and the cuts, because it ain't meant for everybody.
Right.
It ain't meant for everybody to go through. And like the young lady said before, it ain't meant for everybody to come with you as well.
No, it's not.
And everybody don't believe in you until you got to put it in their face sometimes.
Yes,
And your hard work, the struggle nights, the crying nights, the up all night dealing with people, different countries and everything. It's a lot of work, And my mentor helped me out so much because he knows that I didn't know nothing about this game at first. I didn't know nothing, but he helped me out so much, and he never left my corner. He ain't never left, So it's like I say, each one teach one.
Yeah. Each one,
You know?
takes one, and together we can reach some, right?
Yes, we can reach them. Yes.
Yeah, so that's what this is all about. And I'm going to share, I know for a fact that, patents aren't easy to get.
Oh, no.
No, they're not easy to get. So we kind of smoothed over that, but they're not easy to get. And, I can't say it enough. I can't wait to have you come back. Hopefully, you'll come back in a couple of weeks because it is the holiday season, Ricky. And for those people who may not have been able to see you tonight, I do want to give you an opportunity to come back on in the next maybe 2 weeks or so. And maybe we can even do some interviews during the week so that we don't have to have you just on Sunday. We can have you during the week so you can share. Even if we come on for about 15 to 30 minutes, we can come on and just centercase you, because I really want to get into that patent process to share with the audience who don't understand that process. And maybe we go a little deeper into that discussion so that they understand the challenges and they don't quit, because too many have an idea and they quit. And because they quit, if you shared your idea with somebody, they may take your idea and run. And then the next thing you know, you see what you had an idea of, you shared, you see someone else out there who didn't cave in and quit actually see your success. And so, I would love to have you come back on and we can go in a little deeper into that.
Yes, we can talk about the patents and yes, we can. Let's I know a lot of people don't be understanding that, because sometimes people just go ahead and do something and you don't go and do a little research. I mean, sometimes you got to pay your patent attorney a little bit more so he can go do that worldwide research to make sure they're not there before you decide to take all your money and put it into something that your heart believe in, and then find out that it's already out there. So sometimes it's best to take that extra $1,500 and going out there and pay your patent attorney so he can go ahead and do the worldwide research for you, so he can make sure that it ain't out there before you go ahead and start. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I would love to have you come back on and talk a little bit about that, and then also showcase your product line, because I love it.
Thank you.
I was stalking today. I was like, okay, we're gonna put them up, and and I just saw the different things. So you're in the magazine, like I shared with you. You're in the magazine in a couple of different spots. I cannot wait to get it out to you within the next day or so, so that you can share it with all your people. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, you stuck with me. So, and tell the missus I said hello and thank you so much. I know she's back there helping you.
Yeah, she is. She's sitting right here close to me.
Listen, the good woman is helping, honey. So
no, it's like this. That woman right there is like this. God gave me something good. He knew what I needed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that is my backbone. That is my backbone.
So give her my love. I know she can hear me. Love you, girl. And I'm believing God for you guys and your greatness. And I know what it means about the legacy work, as you heard tonight, the lineup of interviewees. I'm not sure if our tech person was able to get back on. Ashley, if you were, and the ladies are still here, if we can bring them up. But I knew that everyone would just be so blessed by your story and your accomplishment. And I just really wanted, that's why I kind of saved you for last, because I knew that they would want to really hear what you've done and your accomplishment. And you've already done, regardless of what happens ahead. And I believe in God for him to bless you beyond measure. But no matter what, just for your children to have seen you to have birthed something, and it has so much class. It's very elegant. It's very elegant. It's very classy. It's well presented, even with your boxing of the candle, the casing for your candle. That's elegant. That's excellent. It's just a lot of quality, and you can't deny that. So you've already, made a mark, and you've done something I'm pretty sure no one else in your family probably has done. So you've already done the legacy. You've already laid the foundation. And so, again, like I said, I'm so proud of you. Before we leave, Ricky, could you please, if you can, get in your information? If not, just put it on my Facebook page. And I already have it. So put it on my Facebook page. If you can get it in, I know that you're multitasking, but if you can get it in, that would be great to have it on the YouTube link of comments, your contact information.
Okay, I sure will.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for us this evening. This was our first run with multiple guests on at the same time. And I'm loving this format, and I'm loving the fact that you can actually see the guests now. This is really nice that you get to see them so that you can actually see who, we already know that they're legitimate because of their messaging and what they're saying to us, but it really legitimizes it when you can really see the people. And again, I'm thankful to Tajala, and I'm thankful for Karen for coming on with me and taking center stage with me this evening. And I'm looking forward to having all of you back again. And so everyone have a wonderful evening. Enjoy your week. Remember, this is your life, your career, your business. Take center stage and own it. Thank you. We're out.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Man. What's up? Thanks, dude. I know you missed it somewhere around here.
Did you leave this stick in here?
Yes, in the backside on that one.
Did you try to read any of the comments? Oh, your camera's still on?
Nothing. I couldn't just